gotta tell me when to start. Thank you all for joining us today. My name is Jasmine Burney Clark, founder and consulting director of Equal Ground Education Fund, a Black-led, community-centered organization headquartered right here in Orlando, Florida. It's an honor to kick off Progress Florida's event today by welcoming White House Senior Advisor and Infrastructure Coordinator Mitch Landrieu, Mayor Dyer, Senator Torres, and Gabriel Ocasio-Mejias. I'm so excited for you all to hear more about President Biden's Bipartisan Infrastructure Law and how it's delivering historic funding to modernize our city and our state. From strengthening our power grid to making the largest investment in public transportation in our nation's history, all while creating good-paying jobs. What I want to underline is, as a proud Orlando resident and someone who has dedicated my career to fighting for justice in our state, how I feel blessed to know that the Biden-Harris administration has been hard at work since day one, fighting for communities like mine across the nation. We are seeing proof of that right here and right now. That's the kind of leadership we need day in and day out at every level of government. So I want to thank everyone gathered here today who has been part of this fight. Now I'm thrilled to introduce a man who knows a thing or two about delivering for Orlando's families, Mayor Buddy Dyer.
Thank you, Jasmine, and good morning to everybody. I'm proud to be able to welcome our visiting guests to our city and to the Orlando International Airport, which is the 7th busiest airport, not in the country, but in the entire world. And as you know, Orlando is one of the most visited cities anywhere. We had 75 million people come to Orlando to visit in 2019, and we're also one of the fastest growing cities in America with 1,500 people moving to our region every single week. So to manage that growth and our tourism needs, our local, state, and federal governments have to work together. Collectively, we need to provide basic public infrastructure. That's the primary job of local government officials that our residents and visitors alike expect to meet those demands. So things like clean drinking water and safe and efficient roads, expanding our airports to keep up with demand, and adding rail and transit stations. So there's a lot going on in DC, and all this is about to get better because of the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law that was passed by Congress and signed into law by President Biden last year. So if you're President Biden, you're president, and you're looking for someone to get things done and get it done right, a lot of money going through that infrastructure bill, where do you look and who do you put in charge? Anybody got a guess? A mayor. Mayors get things done. They're on the front lines. They know how to get things done. And today I am proud to welcome my friend and the former mayor, but always mayor of New Orleans, Mitch Landrieu. And Mayor Landrieu is now Coordinator Landrieu, but I'm going to continue to refer to him as Mayor Landrieu. And he is the coordinator for the implementation of the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law. So welcome to Orlando. We thank you for spending some time with us, and most importantly, thank you and President Biden for the work that's already gone, or the capital that's already coming to Orlando because of the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law. And I mentioned earlier in a meeting with the mayor that our community is all about collaboration. We don't look at the R's and the D's or the blues and the reds of anything. We look on how to work together. So the $50 million that's coming to this airport will allow us to add an additional 4 gates to this terminal, Terminal C, that will open in September, and it'll make things a lot easier for travelers coming through this terminal. Coordinator Landrieu, we are ready to support you. We are ready to implement this once-in-a-lifetime investment in American infrastructure and to end the goal, or to help with the goal of creating equitable and sustainable communities. And before we turn it over to the mayor, I want to turn it over to State Senator Victor Torres. But before I do that, today is the senator's birthday. And we're not going to let that pass because it's a significant one. So if you could join me loud and proud in singing happy birthday to Senator Torres. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Senator Torres. Happy birthday to you. Senator Victor Torres.
Okay. It's an honor to be here today. Thank you all. Thank you, Mayor Landrieu and Mayor Dyer for being here. But I want to thank my labor buddies who are back there from the building trades and other unions unite here who are here present with us today. This is made up of us, all of us working together. And we're here to celebrate the federal infrastructure law that provides billions of dollars to the Florida for investments in much needed transportation projects to improve our airports, our seaports, rail system, roadways, bridges, and expand access to broadband internet service across the state. Orlando International Airport is receiving $50 million for modernizing and expansion projects to the airport's terminals, airlines, and passenger service. There are hundreds and millions of dollars to repair and expand Florida highways, bridges, and mass transit services, and for the drainage and environmental water quality projects. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings how building trades, skilled labor, comes here, and you see what has been developed so far, and we can continue to expand and to improve. I came from New York City. I came from mass transit. And we got around the city of New York also by subways, rail system. This is one of the biggest items that we should be pushing here in the state of Florida. And thank you again for that opportunity, because I think this will make it easier. This will provide more jobs. This will make sure that our families have a future, because believe you me, the building trades have the skills, the certified workers to do the job, and they are the ones that we need to come here to finish the job. I also want to thank our congressional representatives, Darren Soto and Val Demings, for supporting this infrastructure, for helping us get this money. This is important to us and to the state of Florida. And hopefully, the money will be distributed equally so we can get people back to work, because we direly need it. I thank you again for the opportunity. God bless you. And now, Mayor Landrieu. Well, who else is going to speak? You are? What's your name?
Gabriel.
Gabriel is going to speak now. Thank you.
Come on, Gabriel. Well, hello. My name is Gabriel Ocasio-Mejias. It's an honor to be with you today alongside my sisters and brothers in labor. I've worked here as a barista in this airport for 5 years now. I'm proud member of Unite Here Local 362. Today, I'm honored to be a part of today's event to talk about the President Biden's infrastructure law. It's making a difference for my community and for union workers in Orlando, in Florida, and across the country. President Biden likes to call this law a blue-collar blueprint for America, and I couldn't agree more. This law is getting to work right here and right now, and it's going to create more good-paying union jobs in all kinds of industries. Investment in our infrastructure has an amplification effect across the entire community of the airport touches. For me and my fellow labor family, expansion of our airport means more jobs building and working within the airport. For Unite Here Local 362, the funding from the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law means more union jobs in the food and service industry of the airport. The money from Biden's infrastructure law is helping rebuild Orlando's roads and bridges so we can get to work not only faster, but safer. In building the first national network of electric vehicle charging stations, is taking dangerous pollution out of our communities to protect our health. The projects are going to benefit my community for decades to come. They are an investment in the people of Orlando and will open up a greater opportunities for the U.S. for us in the years ahead. And it's going to mean more union worker jobs, replacing lead pipes, building rail tracks, and repairing bridges, and much more. It means more union workers here working in the airport. Next time you see one of these projects or fly in and out of the Orlando airport, remember that President Biden's efforts are creating good-paying union jobs that you can raise a family on, that you can live a good life on. President Biden and his administration are fighting for working people. The projects in infrastructure laws are proof of that. As President Biden says, the middle class built America, and unions are the backbone of the middle class. Now, I'm proud to turn it over to the White House Infrastructure Coordinator, Mitch Landrieu. Over here.
Okay. Gabriel, thank you. Gabriel, thank you so much for that very kind introduction, and it's great to be with all of you on behalf of President Biden, who loves Florida and is delivering for the people of Florida, as was his promise when he became President of the United States. First, let me begin by thanking my dear friend, Mayor Dyer. Mayors do get things done, and I've been knowing this mayor for a long, long time, and you can tell from the incredible growth in this city that you are blessed to have one of the great mayors of America. So, buddy, it's great to be with you. Thank you very much. It's great to see you. Well deserved. The guy behind me is 29 years old today, so a happy birthday to you. It's great to see you. And to Congressman Soto and Demings and the state legislators and the state senators that are here. And of course to my brothers and sisters and friends in labor, the President sends his greetings and thanks you. As the President always said, the United States of America was built from the bottom up and the middle out. Middle class built America and unions built the middle class. And so the President intends, as we work on this once-in-a-generation investment to make sure that working men and women have the opportunities that he promised them. And as you can see today, they actually are the ones here digging the dirt, building the buildings, and actually making them operate. So on behalf of the President, can I please thank you for all of the work that you're doing. I'm thrilled to be in Florida on behalf of President Biden. This is actually the third stop since yesterday. I was in Miami in the Everglades yesterday, highlighting the largest federal investment that has ever been made in restoring the Everglades. I don't need to tell anybody in this room, besides the fact that it is one of the world wonders, how important it is to the ecosystem, to the economy, and to the people of South Florida and America. And yesterday, I took a tour with Congressman Debbie Wasserman Schultz to highlight the $1.8 billion that the President of the United States is sending down, finally, after a lot of talk, after 20, 30 years, to actually do the work to restoring the wetlands, not the least of which is because of the protections that we need from climate and from hurricanes. Y'all know that I'm from New Orleans. I know a little bit about hurricanes. I know a little bit about storms. I know a lot about heat. Evidently, y'all do too. If y'all were outside today, y'all would understand what I'm talking about. So I was there, and then I visited a project with the Corps of Engineers yesterday in terms of flood protection and control. And of course, I'm here today in Orlando, standing in beautiful Terminal C, to talk about the delivery. Up to this date, your state government has been informed of billions of dollars, billions, that have been sent to the state of Florida and will continue to be sent to the state of Florida to actually honor the promise that the President made to rebuild our country. Once in a generation, investments in infrastructure. Can you think of anything better to bring the people of the United States together than investing in roads, investing in bridges that actually really do connect people, investing in airports, in ports, in waterways, making sure that every child and every person has access to high-speed internet so that you don't have to sit in the back seat of your mama's car in the parking lot of McDonald's to do your homework, to provide access to telemedicine, to provide access to precision agriculture, to clean up the air, to clean up the water, to give everybody access to clean water, getting rid of the lead pipes that have been poisoning our children's mind, and then to actually build a new clean energy economy, all with things that are made in America by union workers in a way that protects us from the climate dangers we have in the future. That's what building a better America is. And so when I travel around the country and people say to me, can you show me evidence of money that got to the ground and things coming out? Welcome to Terminal C in Orlando, Mayor, and thank you for all the work that you and your team have done to deliver this on time, on task, on budget. This is exactly the second airport award that has been given. $273 million was sent down some months ago to 95 airports across the entire state. But today we're here to talk about the announcement that was made last week, $1 billion across the country for 85 airports. And as the mayor said, this airport is as busy as almost as any airport in the world and really critically important, not only to international travel, but to travel in the national economy, and clearly because of the number of businesses that this airport services. So today, we are highlighting a $50 million award from the Federal Department of Transportation as a result of the infrastructure law, and $15.8 million for the Brightline transit line. So yesterday we were talking about water, today we're talking about trains, and today we're talking about planes. And yesterday, the Vice President of the United States talked about the Affordable Connectivity Program and connecting Americans to high-speed internet as well. So we're operating on all cylinders. We're getting the money out of the ground, out of Washington. We're getting it to the ground, and we're actually making things happen. And I cannot think of a better example of what the President intended when he said that we want to spend money on infrastructure for what? To give us a good foundation so that we can grow the economy, but also to provide high-paying jobs and to build what is called a better America through the values of not leaving anybody behind, using products that are made in America, making sure that we're protecting ourselves for all the dangers we have coming our way, and making sure that it's built by union labor. And so, Mayor, thank you so much for being a great example. And I will end on this. Partnerships are really important. Things do not get done if the federal, state, and local governments, along with the private sector, along with the unions, along with the faith-based community, don't all come together so as one country we can lift each other up and provide a better future for our children. The President understands that. That is why he was able to pass this bill. He's very proud of it. It's one of the most signature accomplishments that any president has ever had in the history of the country, and we're thrilled to be here today to partner with everybody. So thank you all very much.
Before we conclude our time today, I just want to say thank you also to Christine with Congresswoman Darren Soto's office, who has joined us, Pamela with Representative Morales' office, and then to Mel with Congresswoman Stephanie Murphy's office. Thank you all so much for joining us for today's press conference. We do appreciate your time. We are now